It's the Netherlands off. And it's a new word, and we're going to stick with it because these two face off against one another. Ex-teammates now as Nation Wars is over. We're getting into game number 1, best of 5 elimination series. Spawning here on the lower right, we got none other than Asterian's Blue Protoss, Harstem.
And to the top left-hand side, our red town player from Team Revolution is Optimus. Isn't StarCraft a beautiful game where you can go from allies to enemies in the space of 3 or 4 days?
Try 3 or 4 minutes if you're playing free-for-all sometimes. But yo, Wardy, hit me up with this tent joke you claim to have.
I don't know if it's going to work so well, but like, okay, you know like music festivals and everyone like camps out at the music festivals?
Yes.
Okay, so I was walking with my friend and we were having a discussion and my friend was like, dude, why are you always talking in the past tense? I'm like, what do you mean? And I looked around and I was walking past the tents.
Your friend is a god. Your friend is a genius.
That was my joke!
Oh, I thought you said it was your friend who told you, or asked you why you were walking past tents.
Well, no, that's part of the joke.
So
I adapted the joke.
Did this really happen, or did you just tell me a joke?
This happened. I made this joke, but I adapted it to the scenario.
Okay.
So that it made sense.
Good
Even
job.
though I could have just said I asked him, but like in my head it was easier to tell it this way. I'll shut up.
Did we do the dog whistle one yet?
What's the dog whistle?
This one's gonna end up putting money in the jar. I'll tell you that right now. All right, it's a bit of a riddle more than a joke. Okay. They say as you get older, you lose the ability to hear higher frequencies, and that's a fact. That's not something for a joke. The question is, as a baby, would you be able to hear a dog whistle?
No.
Of course not. Dogs can't whistle, idiot.
No. Well, my dog makes some very weird sounds that sounds like whistling sometimes, I swear. I have a new puppy and he makes a lot of weird noises when he's tired. He's like, he does some real crying noises.
More whining than whistling at that point, but that Reaper from Optimus got a pretty nice scout off. Did die, but it's a little bit sad to lose the ability to dip back in. But he saw the Stargate, and that's the key component of what he needed to see, because now he knows what tech path Harstem's going down. But, oh man, Harstem did dethrone like one of the best Terran Koreans in Nation Wars. So as much as I love Optimus' TvP hype, he's got to be worried playing against this guy, man. Harstem might not have had the greatest PVZ, but he's got pretty good PVT.
I think coming into this is going to be so amazing for Harstem because he's got to be feeling a bit of a high after he performed so well in PvT at Nation Wars. You know, he took down Special 2, he went, what, 1-2 against Innovation or so? I mean, you gotta feel pretty good about that. So, I think coming into this, Harstem probably feeling pretty confident to be able to maybe move on to that decided match later today. And of course, we've got Raynor and Bly waiting in the winners match to see who will advance to the playoffs, where DNS and Drogo already determined as the 2 players from Group A. So,
actually,
very exciting.
There's a lot to build off before that, because I think, like, well, there's action happening now, but Raynor taking down Harstem makes me feel very confident for him taking down either of the semifinalists. But quick note, by the way, for those who don't really follow the tournament, maybe you're from one of these betting sites, you just don't give a fuck, whatever, but maybe in the off chance you're interested, this online play leads to a big offline land that right now is a $6,500 prize pool, and we're flying players out for it. And all they have to do is get through this group and win one more best of 5 to get that flight money. It's up to $1,000. Will help put towards a plane ticket to fly them over.
It's a lot of money. And you get seeded into the round of 8.
Yeah, so you don't have to play the open bracket, which is great. But he's going to sit in the dead zone of the tank. Quick focus fire on this bad boy. Takes it down. No tank, no problems. Harstem's oracles are not being focused. The Marines are shooting the adepts instead. And that's not necessarily a problem, but the SCVs can't shoot up.
Yeah, the 7 workers going down. This is the second wave, though, from Harstem. He did lose a few adepts in the end. One of the 2 oracles went down. He has that pylon to the side, which is now actually seen by Optimus as he flies a Liberator across it. So He knows about that, but some stalkers warping in. There's nothing actually here at the moment from Optimus because he sent everything across the map. He's got a bunker coming up on the third base to try and do some damage as well. So this is going to get weird.
You could just cancel this, really, and then focus on the attack.
Sure, I mean, but that's fine, right? You cancel the Nexus, it's like, okay.
Even if you don't cancel it, it buys time, right?
Right, and actually, I kind of like that because it's like, it's less time where he's losing SCVs maybe from this drop elsewhere. And maybe he can hold on. What does he actually have? Not really that much, actually, so probably can't actually defend this.
Well, he's feeling like he can.
Get the metal, guys. Wow. I'd be very impressed if he did. It'd be kind of crazy.
Well, attack on the other side gets cleaned up. Optimus is still down a lot of workers, though, and even with his bunker doing what it does, Harstem's not going to lose enough to bring him back to even footing in this game.
Oh, he's going to get the full meta back.
Oh,
that's insane.
That's
he didn't
GG.
kill any okay, he didn't kill any pros. He didn't kill the Phoenix, which just sat on top of the bunker.
Hold up, Morty. I pressed the wrong button. Sorry, Seinfeld music was playing over you. Go again.
I was just gonna say, like, he killed nothing. Like the Marines in the bunker actually originally targeted the Oracle, which flew away. Then he targeted the Phoenix, but by then the bunker went down. So he actually killed nothing in that attack. God, this guy's good. Harstem's pretty freaking sick, man.
I don't know why you even have that button on this display. Like, I never use it more than once a month. Like, I fucking accidentally press this thing more often than I actually use it. Sorry about that, dude. My bad.
It's okay. I know any excuse to try and bully me without having to contribute to the bully jar.
Yeah, that's it. I was just trying to shut one up, guys. I got other sound bites that I could have played like this, like, or this. I could have done any of these things, but I chose the Seinfeld one because I was. This is such an obnoxious sound. Oh my god. Okay, there we go. I chose the Seinfeld one because I'm a hater. That's why. I'm Menno. Oh god, no.
Oh god.
Bad spams. The Muslim with that host. I was gonna say, I don't even have to look at who's hosting. The Muslim's like the only guy who's people spam. I'm Menno.
I think they should, I think when you host a Muslim, you should send your people across and say, like, Ameno backwards or something.
So what, like, Onema? Alright, hang on. Will this, actually, I don't even know. Will this get the VOD muted?
I mean, I have no idea.
Actually, you know what? I'm not gonna take the risk. I'm sorry, guys. I love you. I'd love to meme with you, but we gotta get in the game. It's Blackpink for map number 2. We'll see you guys in the game. We're back into it. If you guys are just coming in from the other stream, by the way, big thank you to Muslim. You guys are joining us just in time for the elimination series. This means one of these players will be eliminated from the group, and that's going to be some pretty sad times as the guy up at the moment has plenty of other Protoss, and we've only got one goddamn Terran, but he's not staying at home. In the top right, ladies and gentlemen, we've got Asterian's Harstem.
And also on the top right-hand side of the map, we have our red Terran player, Optimus. Sorry, I was on the wrong camera initially. I thought you were showing the barracks. I don't know if you were.
Well, you know, I did anyway, so there you go.
Oh, there you go. You're Naruto, man. So in sync.
The barracks, though, this is what I was talking about earlier with Optimus. He's a guy who likes his proxies. And he did, again, beat Neeb. Like, I like Harstem, but nobody's comparing Harstem when it comes to, like, Neeb in question, right? He beat Neeb in the group. I had a lot more faith for him to come out of the gate swinging strong versus Harstem, but maybe it's map dependent. Maybe he's not just some guy who likes to proxy. Maybe he only likes to proxy on certain maps. I don't know his flavor, but Optimus is going to try and get some work done here.
Yeah, it's going to be a Marine opener, so Harstem Scout sees the lack of racks across the map, and he will, in response to that, start up a Zealot and a Cybernetics course. Not going to rush out the Nexus just yet, of course. And from here, well, he takes the Saki Gas too, because again, he doesn't really want to take the Nexus so quickly. So just getting set up, and we'll see those first Marines. Well, I guess a bunker has to come down somewhere along the way, unless he really just goes straight up into the main to bunker up.
There we go.
There we go.
That's a bold as hell bunker, but you know what? If he gets this second one a little bit closer, that's going to be in range of the gateway. And that's something big problems for Harstem.
Well, there's that Zod's going to come in. He's going to actually just go for the Marine.
Oh, you know what? Doesn't even matter. Game over. Shield battery's going down.
Oh, well, yeah, true. Soul can just sit here and tank like 2 bunkers. It's okay. These SCVs are getting low, though, and there's only one bunker that's getting close to finishing. And that's the bunker which I'm not sure is in maybe the best of position. Yeah, exactly. So the second bunker cancels when... Okay, he's in range of the shield battery! Okay, that's game, man. You'll lose the shield battery. I love the shield battery.
I'm just so glad that this thing spawns with full energy. Nothing makes me happier than knowing that I can't. I hate the shield battery so much, guys. I hate the shield battery so much.
There you go. You can celebrate now. You can celebrate now.
I do love this move, though. This is really reminding me of like when you fight spine crawlers. Optimus doing some really cool micro tricks, but Harstem's not just sitting here with the bunker. Like, he's happy to stalemate this because he's actually got the robo coming down on proxy, and frankly, Optimus might die to Immortals more than anything else.
Yeah, that's actually a really cool little response from Harstem. Just going to take the kind of aggression to the other side of the map. Optimus has to realize something is up, though, right? As he scouts on in with this Overlord, he's going to be seeing, well, you know... sorry, not with this Overlord, this barracks, the Terran Overlord.
This is a map that just has nobody building anything where they should. Like, you got a barracks fly, you got a starport on the wrong side of the map, you got a robo on the pylon. Like, I'm surprised Optimus didn't just lift his CC to take this base or something weird. Like, just cause it fits the motif of what's going on here.
It's Skim's crazy. That's why.
Oh, this is kind of cool, though. So he actually brought a lot of Marines home. It's not going to kill the pylon in time. Actually, this is still a problem for Optimus, but I like the idea of what he had done. He knows that bunker wouldn't have done anything, so it's kind of a bluff. He tries to cut out the pylon, delay the warp prism. Unfortunately, with 2 more pylons coming down, Harstem's going to get this out. And once that warp prism's in play, that micro capability is going to be very strong.
Yeah, the Libera will be interesting across the map. It depends. I think Harstem is bringing the Stalkers through the center now, which means that he might be forced to warp in defensively, which can definitely slow him down. The scout from Optimus is hugely important. I really think it comes down to the barracks, which sees everything in the main and sees the lack of a tech structure. Like, what do you do with double gas for this long? You know, it's not just Stalker production that's eating up all that gas, right? So it kind of forced Optimus to scout, and he found the kind of, you know, found the robo facility. So now he kind of initially knew what was happening, and now he gets a bunker up to start defending. And now we have a robo bay. You know, like, I mean, as you do when your robo is across the map, build a robo bay.
Surprised it was built at home, frankly, but
yeah.
Alright, Liberator sits up. A little bit scary for the probes. Harstem will eventually be able to push this back, though, and not to mention the natural base has already been started, so this wouldn't deny mining forever, but this is a nice move from Optimus to try and get back into the swing of things, but he's still in a pretty bad way off the back end of this. Let's not forget all of this is still looming and going to happen. I guess the Immortal's a bit low, which is a bit scary, but I don't know.
I think Optimus starts to command, and I was kind of feeling like he might just try and push with like the super kind of siege units, like the Liberator and the tank, to just control the natural, and it is going to be a disruptor and warp prism speed. I love it.
Gravitic Drive is going to give a player like Harstem with good micro capabilities even more micro capabilities, which is a terrifying thing. The Cyclones can't even shoot that Immortal. They're busy trying to get locked on the warp prism. It's a much bigger priority target. But he loses... Whoa. Harstem loses way too much on the high ground there.
I mean, his warp prism just didn't get out of lock-on, so he couldn't go back in for ages.
Yeah. And on top of this, he repairs up the Cyclones, Optimus that is. I mean, he ends up coming out really good. For all the bad things that have happened this game, he's suddenly in a pretty nice spot, especially with that CC finishing up here in just a sec.
Well, as he gets a couple more probes of the next Liberator, Harstem is down by 10 workers, but he does have the natural expansion finished up, and he should be able to get some probes out now. A lot of this will come down to how good this disruptor is going to shoot, how effective it's going to be. As it's just hiding in the corner. It's almost like waiting for units to come down to the low ground so you can just sort of get that like miracle shot before Optimus is expecting this, and this could be it right now. Oh, it's just gonna hit Cyclone. That wasn't it. That was not it. Maybe the second disruptor. Yes, the Cyclone. Cool.
You saw what Optimus did there, though, right? Like, he had actually segmented a Marine out, because for those who don't know the disruptor mechanic, you don't get to choose. When it comes in contact, it detonates. So if you can actually throw a Marine into the ball too early, you can save the 3 or 4 Marines behind him type thing. It's really cool. Didn't quite hit, but that was a very nice effort out of Optimus. And now, of course, Gravitic Drive means this Warp Prism moves like a fucking bat out of hell. It's going to be hard as heck to catch.
Yeah, it's going to be very difficult to get this Warp Prism away. It's like one of the most frustrating things. You do see Banshees being made.
Yeah, but
no cloak though, right? Oh
yeah,
no, they just have cloak.
Oh man, when did he research that? We missed that.
When did he get cloak?
I guess we have so much time focused on the Warp Prism, and fairly so. This could be a problem because Harstem's detection won't be up.
Yeah, he's making an observer now, but it's going to be on the wrong side of the map.
I really like that Optimus waited for a second Banshee, or was hoping to. Yeah, there we go. Second Banshee is on the way. Hits the natural, hits the main simultaneously. Detection, if any, will only be in 1. Oh boy.
Well, I mean, that observer has a long flight home. Maybe he just recalls the observer if he has energy.
Kind of feel like it might actually be the better option right now.
He just doesn't have the energy for it. Oh, that's so painful. He's losing so many probes. The Disruptors get some SCVs in return, though. The look at that probe count still just dropping as they go from one base to the other and back again. One of the Banshees runs out of energy, so he gets that kill, but then
that's actually kind of a big deal. Because the shield battery can actually out-heal the 1 Banshee, so that kind of sucks for Optimus to put a full stop on the damage, but he already got 18 or 19 probes, almost at 20.
And so much lost mining time. I mean, these probes have just not been doing anything for the last few minutes at all. As the Observer gets home, the Banshee's like runs out of energy.
But over the Raven too, so a couple auto turrets could be super annoying. I would actually really love if you used the Raven to find the Observer and auto turret the Observer down.
Yeah. Well,
Optimus is up almost double the workers, but things like this are just so tilting to deal with. He's got no real great answer. With no Viking at home, because he's still producing air units on the other side of the field, there's no way to ward off the Warp Prism, really. With speed, it's just too fast for anything to catch on the ground.
Yeah, it's the Warp Prism is going to be so powerful here because you can continue to use it to clean up units, and I really feel as though with the Disruptors, there's the potential to hold off from the deficit that Harstem finds himself in here. I mean, that siege tank's very low. I mean, I don't think that Disruptor was meant to start coming back. As you do see a blink forwards for the Raven. Doesn't quite get it, but by the way, also, look how low that tank is. I mean, tanks are low. They can be targeted down so much more easily now, but a Banshee back in the main base. It's so painful.
There's a really clever interference matrix used on the Disruptor, but unfortunately, it wasn't really useful for much.
Oh, where's the Observer?
Oh, no way. This tank is not quite arranged to hit anything in the mineral lines, but so close to doing it.
Yeah, I mean, usually these tanks are very good at denying the gases on the natural, but Harstem hasn't had a chance to take his gases on the natural because of the way the game's gone, so he's actually not going to be in as much trouble as he should be.
Speaking of the way the game's gone, I don't even know how to call this, to be honest with you. Like, Optimus looks way better off, sure, but I also feel like one Disruptor shot means that Optimus can suddenly lose everything.
Yeah.
Like, if this bio clumps and it's only 2 tanks, who cares about 2 tanks? But this one's actually got range on the Nexus. Ooh. A little bit closer on the ground. He's got to watch out for this. It's getting closer and closer.
Oh my god, he just didn't quite reach the siege tank with the Disruptor. Backs away as he needs a Disruptor to come off cooldown. He will get it.
Ooh,
he will somehow keep that Disruptor alive.
Those splits though, Optimus gets the second Disruptor through that hot mess too. That's really nice.
Well, Optimus just pushes into the natural. There's just nothing to kill them.
Oh my god, he's gonna do it! Wardy's doing it!
Wow, what a game. Started off with the proxy, was a little bit weird. The counter proxy from Harstem was seen. Optimus had a slight lead from there, but I really think this comes down to the Banshees. They did so much damage that Harstem just had nothing when this when this attack really arrived.
Banshees were without question like the MVP backbone of that game, but at the same time, man, that was such a weird game. Like, responding to a proxy with your own proxy is a clever way to get around the bunker holding your ramp, and like, there was so much non-standard things happening in that game. I couldn't even think 2 steps ahead. I don't even know how the players were able to think 2 steps ahead. But even though Harstem lost, man, still impressed. Still goddamn impressed. Just as an update, by the way, for those who were looking forward to the casual tournament, I've at this point told theirs to just let it play out. This group is airing on the longer side of things. I don't think we'll have time to cast the Gold League Finals, which is a little sad to say, but we are getting some really good games out of this group, so I'm not complaining.
you don't want them to be waiting like 2 hours while you finish this group either, right? Like,
Yeah.
I mean, it's cool to get casted, but like to have to wait forever. You know, people have things to do. They can't just be winning tournaments all day long.
Roland Woolley says, consider having some minority casters on more often. It's good for the scene. Now, are you talking minority like Tempo, or are you talking minority like smaller streamers? Because either way, like, I bring on who I want to bring on, man. I don't feel obligated. If you would like to pay me to bring on smaller casters, that's some motivation. But there's no obligation for me to do that. Good for the scene? Get out of here.
Good for the scene.
Oh, did we not have a fourth map? Wait, what happened here?
They just didn't finish the videos, that's all.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I panicked for a second. Like, wait, we started this without everything like being good to go? Like,
no, we just didn't have a fourth map selected. And Optimus was just wondering what the fourth was.
all right. Well, with Catalyst being the next map,
yeah.
it's
I was just gonna say, like, supporting the scene, like, when me and Zombie Grub may not cast, that's supporting the StarCraft scene, is it not? Like,
I guess I for this particular one, I'm a little triggered because this is not how things worked for me growing up, so to speak. And I feel like StarCraft 2, like, our channel especially, is so different. It's not like, hey, bring on another caster so they can grow up to go be like a big WCS caster. Our channel really is like a hangout channel with StarCraft, right? So bringing on another caster so they can get like exposure and experience to support the scene, it's not what we do. So it's like asking my channel to be something that it's not, and that's why I get offended at it. But anyways, it's Catalyst. We'll see you guys on the map. Somebody disagreed with me, baby Reed. Yeah, that's kind of like a summary of that conversation. I'll admit I was a little harsher than I should have been, and that's my bad, guys, but I just don't really enjoy people coming here telling me how to do what I do, because I enjoy what I do, and I'm not looking to change it up. So if you enjoy it alongside me, awesome. I'm super glad you're here. And if you don't, that's a shame. But we're getting into map number 2. No, wait, map number 3.
yes,
No, wait.
it's 1-1.
Yeah, my brain just took a big fart. We actually should have done a commercial break, but we hopped through the action because we're having so much fun. And that's okay. Spawning in the lower right side of the map, we got our red Protoss from Mysterian Gaming, Harstem.
And to the top left-hand side, our Blue Town player from Team Revolution is Optimus.
Well, this has certainly gone a little bit spicier for Optimus than I think he would have liked. That last game was a nice victory, but not an easy victory. And Harstem is quite the opponent to try and tackle. I'm sure he's happy to have a win on the board and not be on match point already, but it's still an uphill battle from here for both sides.
Yeah. Gonna be. I feel like the thing is, though, you only get this sort of game happening once, right? Where you proxies, then cast and counter proxies, and then the detection isn't there, so the banshees do a ton of damage. It's not the sort of strategy you can rely on in game 3 or 4 or 5, really. Like, maybe you can try it again, but I'm almost certain Harstem's response is going to be different, and he's almost certainly going to make an observer a lot sooner and get back home, even if he ends up proxying the robo, right? So I really think that's one of those, you know, one-off wins for Optimus in this series. We'll see what else he can do. He has got a second SCV, or a proxied SCV, or a SCV walking down the side of the map to build maybe a second factory, maybe the proxy starport.
I think the starport's a lot more likely. You can just get much more out of it, right? Like, we saw the effectiveness of that Liberator. Even though it didn't kill a lot of probes, it denied a lot of mining, which led to Banshees that in turn killed a lot of probes. I'm down with the proxy starport. Oh, this probe could deny a command center right now. I was looking. There you go. There you go. There's that jerk probe move.
I hate this. It's like the worst thing. Let's play in Terran.
Not being able to finish a command center is so frustrating. This is bad, actually, because now Optimus has to make a big choice. If he transfers over the reactor too soon, he might not actually be able to complete this in decent timing. Popping out 2 Marines would kill the Adepts, And it looks like that'll be the choice here with the Widowmine pairing up with it.
This isn't good though, right? Because he's proxied the starport. I feel like he probably proxied the starport in hopes of getting maybe like a meta backup, and maybe he's going to try and like drop Hellions super quick, but obviously being forced to build a Widowmine and more Marines, that slows down the Hellions, so then he can't really do that as well. And Harstem with these earlier depths is finding a lot of damage already.
Is it gonna be a medevac? I guess he proxies. I'm just thinking if he builds another Widowmine, he could just do a normal drop with that. But I certainly with a proxy, I think a Liberator is more in store. But I guess very satisfied with the Banshee damage from last game. Tech Lab comes down.
Wow. I mean, he's gonna go in towards what, like a Cloak Banshee again? Well, I'm gonna go out there. I said it. I don't think this works twice against Harstem, but I guess we'll see very soon. He did go 5 first, so he's without a robo for the moment as he gets a little bit of damage done here. And this time Harstem doesn't have scouting into the main base to see like the lack of a starport or anything, so he doesn't necessarily have any reason to assume a proxied starport.
I actually had a small hope, like with my fingers crossed, we'd actually see a Raven, because Thermal's been doing a lot of cool anti-armor timings, but Cloak Banshees can still get the job done in a pinch. That much is for dang sure. Reaper hopping around too to see what there is for defense, and not much. He's actually going to see the Robo's not done in time, so he might just go right in with the Banshee rather than wait for the second one. Oh, the second one kind of guarantees you'll get more kills. First one's a gamble.
Yeah. This Robo's coming up though, so the Observer's really not far off. I mean, he has to wait for Cloak to finish at least, right? So he's going to get another attack on the map at the same time. I like this because while the Stalkers have to go and deal with the Banshee in the main, if you can set up and cancel a third base also, the Banshees can pay for themselves in other ways than just straight up dealing damage here. So going down the left side, Optimus getting ready to attack while Harstem will get ready to defend on both fronts. Going into a Robo Bay as well. I mean, we've seen him play Disruptors over the Nation Wars playoffs, so I wouldn't be surprised to see more of those coming out throughout this tournament. And throughout this series, we already saw them in the last game in a bit of a weirder scenario, and now this game probably once again.
The second Banshee is timed out a little bit awkwardly. So the one Observer's at home. I see he's dying in the natural base, but this could actually be way more damage on Optimus, for Optimus rather, as he gets into the base with the tank, Widowmine, and a lot of Marines.
The SCV's going down across the map is kind of huge as well, though.
Gets
we
the
actually saw
Stalker.
Rico wrong. This is intense at the front. Actually gonna lose this.
Let's get depower the shield battery, actually. That was a really big pylon pick off. Kill the Cybercore. He's number Stalkers. These are the last Stalkers Harstem's going to have to work with. Well, they might have Blink and some maneuverability, and that's really cool. He still has to deal with the tank fire, which just does so much damage. Scans with the Observer, picks it off. Nice pick. Awkward Stalker from behind.
Oh, the Widowmine gone from the Stalker. Maybe some splash damage could have been somewhat useful. Here comes the Disruptor, but man, this Banshee's getting so much done. I love that this attack wasn't so much about the Banshee as it was about the rest of the army and the Banshees being there to support. It's very rare you see the Banshee being, not the kind of main focus of the attacks. You see Marines coming forwards. Now we're going to get some more probes. One Disruptor shot.
There's a Raven follow-up to this, by the way, not more Banshees. So Optimus' attack is likely going to end here. Was this worth it for him at the end of the day is the big question we have to ask, right? Like, he actually killed a lot of probes, and you're like, cool, awesome, and then you realize, wait, Harstem's on 3 bases, and his probe count is fine.
Yeah, I mean, being equal on the worker count is good for Optimus. Generally the Pross is a little bit ahead to kind of offset the mule differential. But Optimus is quite clearly going to stay on 2 bases, right? He doesn't start up a 3rd command center. He has a 4th and 5th racks finished. I kind of like it for Optimus, because he does slow Harstem down quite heavily and kind of having that slightly better probe count. And he does sort of slow him down in terms of what he can build for a while, killing the Observer, force another one instead of more Disruptors. And all of that will power up this 2-base attack for Optimus.
So it's taking a long time to get home, man.
It's slow. Terran buildings move so slow. You know what? We need recall for Terran structures. I don't want to recall my army home, but once I'm done with my proxy free racks, I want to be able to recall my barracks home. It seems only fair.
You should be able to actually lift barracks to the stratosphere so they can't even be targeted by anything. That way, you can super stalemate out a game.
Yeah. You know what? How come Archons have such... Right, listen to this. Archons have such low attack range, but they can attack up into the sky to stop it. which is
Marauders,
quite
right?
beyond its attack range.
Marauders can shoot like horizontally as far as they need to shoot up. Like it's there's a lot of questions on that regard.
No, but shooting up requires more energy, right? Because you have to go against gravity.
I feel like if you got a gun, you shoot a bullet, Morty.
I'm just saying, for StarCraft 3, we need to take these questions into consideration.
Hey, there's gonna be a StarCraft 3. That's so cute, dude. Yeah, it'll come out the same time as Halo 3, or not Halo, excuse me, Half-Life 3. Really excited for that game. Heard it's coming out soon.
Feels bad, man.
Actually, it's not even Half-Life 3. It's Half-Life 2 Episode 3, right, or whatever that was. There's no threes.
Well, pushing forwards, Optimus going for this two-base attack. Like we've mentioned, the disruptor shots, obviously, very possibly, going to be the big part of this. There we go, Optimus has to be on point.
Oh my god, these dodges are so good. He's actually, oh my god.
Oh my god.
Are we watching like a friggin' AI? This is insane. Optimus is taking almost no damage from the disruptor shots.
And again, where are the medevacs though? He's got 4 of them, but they're not here?
Oh, they're coming, right? That starport finished up so late. Bunkers at the bottom? What the heck is going on now?
I think he's going to slow push up this ramp, maybe. Still has the Raven. No, he doesn't.
Nope. Spoke too soon.
Worst commentary timing ever. And was full of energy as well. Didn't get to use that for anything.
Yeah, I think he's really hoping to do interference matrices on the disruptors or anti-armor on the stalkers. Either way, no longer an option. That kind of sucks. This is why I don't like these bunkers at the bottom, though. It creates this really awful funnel. If Optimus tries to disengage, he's going to get stuck in his own bunkers. But, ooh, another nice snipe on a disruptor. Picks off a third one, maybe? No, not quite.
Stalker's blink in, though, and the disruptor's on cooldown at the moment, so it's the time for Optimus to really make something happen. One disruptor goes down, the second one will survive, but as the Zealots disappear, those Stalkers on their own are not going to really survive this Bioforce. Disruptor shot comes in, Optimus knows it's off cooldown, he dodges for the most part, only 2 Marauders. I feel like that's fine at the moment as he pushes in, and now he just kites the Zealots, and I think Optimus is about to go on to match point.
The truest disruptor shot was actually the proxy at the start of the game. It disrupted Harstem's play, right? This is pretty rough. I mean, he doesn't quite deny the armor upgrades. That would have been really nice. But he's still leapfrogging tanks and bunkers, and he's got control of the army up.
Oh, yeah.
50 army supply.
These disruptors aren't paying for themselves at all. They keep getting targeted down after, like, one shot. And even if the one shot is good, which some of them really aren't because the splitting is so good, it's just not worthwhile. You need, 3-4 shots, 3-4 connections to pay for a disruptor. Also not finding the value here, and eventually Optimus is broken through to this base. That will go down in Harstem. I mean, you don't break this now that there's Liberators and all the rest of it up.
I mean, the bunkers are also just like a spare shot. It takes the shot to kill the bunker, then it takes a shot to kill what's inside the bunker. We got units rallying down the sides of the map. They catch one of the pylons, so there won't be any sneaky warp-ins on the backside of this. Harstem doesn't have a direct shrine. There's just not looking like there's a lot of promise to stop the attack. Even if he does, by the way, if he finds a way to somehow turtle eternally here in the natural base, Optimus is expanding.
Man, this is a little bit rough for Harstem. What do you do? I mean, I guess the disruptors will be able to kill a siege tank, but loses 2 disruptors for a tank.
Oh my god.
It's not good again. Like, this is amazing. What
Game 2 was Innovation. Game 3 was Maru. Who does he channel next?
All of them together. Combined.
Like someone called 911. Optimus is on fire. Stop, drop, and roll, buddy. GG. Optimus takes game number 3. Beautiful. Goddamn beautiful. All right. Gotta give some shout outs before we go to commercials here. Billy Zane 1, thank you for the 31-month resub. Hype in chat. Bogier, thank you for the 4 months. Frag Hater is a brand new Prime sub, and so is Canadian Nightmare 5. Welcome one, welcome all, and welcome to the sub club. We have a Discord server. We've really been pushing this hard. If you guys want replay packs from games like what you're watching right now, we send these out to our subscribers only through the Discord subscriber channel. So sync up your Discord, get connected, make sure you don't miss out on any of the cool secret announcements or the replay packs. Till then, 2 minutes of commercials. We'll see you guys for game 4, deciding match almost, when we get back. I didn't quite update the scoreboard because I am terrible bad, but guys, if you're just joining us for whatever reason, you've actually missed out. It's a really Sick play out of our Terran. Optimus now up 2-1. Putting Harstem on match point, and if Harstem loses this next game, he's out of the tournament completely. No chance for revival, and sadly it means we likely will not see him in BTSL Vancouver. But
which would suck because he promised me he was going to be going when he won his group, so I'm going to be mad at him.
That's how I felt with parting, man. So we can both be mad at players. But before we get into the next game. Before we get into this next game, Morty.
Oh.
Let's lat Prime sub during the break. Thank you very much for that, man. Haplo42 coming in as well, joining brand new through Prime. Then we had, and this is what I gotta replay, a $20 donation. Thank you very much to Supply Depots United SDU. Very few of us were hurt during the last game. We approve. He's role-playing Supply Depots. I love it.
That's the best donation message I've seen in a long time.
And then you can go ahead and start it now because we got 200 bits left to cheer for Gearbox. Says Optimus inspired me to give you money. Thanks for the games, guys. Well, thank you too. We'll see you on the map. Game number 4. Really nice to get some of that new sub love, but guys, don't forget, if you get your Prime subs, they do not auto-renew. Maybe they're off cooldown there, maybe they're not. But you should definitely check them, and if you're not going to use them on us, make sure you use it on somebody. But heck, I'd love if you guys would use it on us. We're getting to game number 4, though. This is match point of the Elimination Series. He's up 2-1, and he's proxying once again in the top left side, the blue Terran, Optimus.
His opponent to the bottom right-hand side of the map is the red Protoss player from Asterion, Harstem.
I really wish I could do like a good Optimus Prime impression. Just like, one shall stand, one shall fall. Like, you know, because that's literally what's happening here.
He's gonna engineer in bait block, actually.
I don't know if this is worse or better than proxies as far as like what we've seen so far, because like the damage he's done has been kind of clunky and not smooth enough for me to say like Optimus should do that every game. But if he gas steals on top of this, and I think he's going to, or he was thinking about it, you saw him click by that geyser, that could have been a real dick move to Harstem.
Yeah. Man. Optimus is like, I think Optimus' entire game plan is just be like, let's not let him play normal at all costs. Just stop him from doing anything he usually would.
Well, back at home, he's not rushing to much. He's just focusing on keeping this thing alive a little bit longer. Scouting too with the SUV is nice. Oh, get out of town! Get out! Delete this! This man has just... I didn't think you could do... I've heard legends about the double dick block, but yikes, this is the first time I've seen it. With my own 2 eyes, Morty.
The double bay block. Wow. Awesome. I love the first one. You know, sometimes you see it come back in as the first one dies, you rush back in, you just stick another one down. I just love the preemptive. Let's go. Let's start the next one already.
I know. The best part was like that still did actually block out where the Nexus would have gone. So that was well memed out of Optimus. Was it worth losing 100 minerals and an SCV over? Like, I don't know. It's really tough to say, but it did buy him more time, and Harstem's timings might be thrown off now because of this. You know, sometimes you're missing the supply, sometimes it's the chrono boost. I mean, little things can actually add up very quickly.
Oh, run, Ripper, run. He's gonna be okay. This is nice as well, by the way. He stops the Zealots and the Adept from going across the map, which I think was initially the plan from Harstem, so Optimus keeps himself safe from that pressure for a little while longer as he will go into Widowmine Starport at home. What?
I know. This is so normal for anybody else, but for Optimus, we're like, wait a minute, what's wrong? What's going on?
This is not normal, guys. He's building everything in his main base. Everything.
Yeah. I think though he'll be fine though. Like he did see what was coming, in terms of like. Well, actually, he didn't. I take that back. I swear I thought he saw the Stargate. I guess not. Never mind then. Either way, he's preparing for it blindly. It still works out. Wouldn't mind in a cheeky spot. Marines on the other. Of course, the Oracle takes it takes 5 Marines now, not 6 to kill an Oracle, so he should be fine and he should be dandy.
Well, this Oracle gonna come to see what it can do. Raven already on the way out, so I like the Raven early. It feels like it gets you a lot of utility with the interference matrix potential and so on.
Wardy, I gotta do a little bit of selling out here if you don't mind for just a second.
Okay.
Metal Gear 873 says, this is a crowdfunded prize pool. That's really cool. Yeah, and we got some cool stuff for sale, but I'm not gonna try and sell you it. What I'm gonna say actually is if you're brand new, nice Widow Mine hit. If you're brand new and you haven't been following the BTSL, we've had a lot of really cool freebie ways for you as the viewer to get involved with the prize pool to actually help build it up without spending any of your own money. Now, we burned through codes in the first week, and that was cool. Since then, we've been using this experimental ad campaign that they've given us. If you're actually logged into Matcherino, and I'll show you how to do this later if you're like, I want to help, but you can log into Matcherino and you just click sponsor links. Just literally, you don't have to buy anything. You just visit the sponsor website. To those who support the tournament, you can add up to like $5 to the prize pool per person. We're actually getting really close down here to having a second North American event, which is going to be cool too. Like, we're wrapping up the European, the online qualifiers, we're flying people out, you know, that's what these guys are playing for. But the kids who live here in North America need a chance to come play too, and we're hosting our first North American qualifier this coming weekend, but the second one is still not happening yet. We're still $100 and something shy of it. So if everybody tuned in, and I know people won't, but if everybody who's tuning in right now actually did the thing where you click the links and retweet the retweets, like, we could have that happen tomorrow.
Tomorrow? Wow. That's just efficiency.
I mean, I say this boldly because I know not everyone's going to click all the links and do all the things. But anyways, getting back in... Maybe like 100 people came from the Muslim streamers, super fucking hype, super good helpers. I don't know, but something worth mentioning here, and this is actually a big detail, Optimus gets fully scudded. And I don't think there's a question of Optimus playing mech or not, but the big thing is Harstem now knows timings for Optimus. Like, he sees there's no medevacs. Maybe he'll catch the Raven with the Phoenix on the way back in, but he knows exactly what's going with Optimus with base. He even saw the 3rd. This was a great Phoenix scout out of Harstem.
Yeah, he saw absolutely everything he could have wanted to here. So, awesome. Get an idea of what's going on already. Optimus is going up to a 3rd base, which is obviously, again, not very Optimus-esque. He's, I wonder, actually, if he plays this out in a way where he just focuses Liberator production much earlier than usual. Like, you know, he's got 2 medevacs now. Maybe he goes up to a 3rd and a 4th medevac, but then he just, you know, instantly starts Liberator play, because you can push so powerfully with Liberators on the Enviro once you're across the map. Because of how all the bases are basically like one pathway into it, it's very difficult to flank around and to kind of then set up a flank on Lib. So I wonder if that's maybe the plan here for Optimus, or if he's just going to play a standard game as we see from Harstem. He's going in towards the Robo Bay yet again.
Great revelation tag on the army. He's going to have full eyes on what goes on. 1 Marine segment's off. Not a big deal, but he's just looking to see what's waiting for him. The Robo is actually going to finish up in a few moments. The Robo Bay, that is. So we might see Disruptors again. I think Disruptors are fine, but, like, man, Optimus was seriously... Like, I actually could not believe the splits he was pulling off. Like, I know Optimus is a good player, but I'm like, damn, like, how is he doing this? He's actually made of magic. And micro.
I'd actually kind of like to see Optimus build a Colossus, because I'm just so terrified of Optimus being able to split away from every single Disruptor shot again. It is going to be Disruptors.
Nice.
Obviously, Harstem thinks he can do things a bit better this time as well. So,
you know, there's a big element missing that last game, though. The Raven got picked off so early, so we never got to see him use the interference matrix to completely cock block the Disruptor from doing anything. Right? This time around, if he's got full energy, he could land that on every Disruptor that's going to possibly be out. I mean, Harstem won't have this as a backbone to fall back to. Throw in an anti-armor missile into the mix, and suddenly this capture unit for the Raven might just be, like, game-winningly good. Gets to the Oracle, oh, and Widow Mines. Widow Mines are waiting. They're looking for the opportunity to get in there.
Just going to be seeing the units to the front from Optimus. Not really doing much. Just kind of having a presence on the map, but he's about to get attacked here by this Stalker army. I don't think Harstem's going to wait around much. And the on missile what he can. Maybe that's what he's been for.
The reaction time of that, though, like the blink came in and he had already sent them out, like ready for that blink. Now he focuses down at the disruptor, pushes up that ramp. You know, Guardian Shield's gonna help negate some of the anti-armor effect here, but not much.
Yeah, that's kind of true. He comes down, he gets rid of those Wooden Mines quite effectively. 4 Liberators now on the way up at a time, and I think this is Optimus obviously playing the later game here against Harstem. I think that Liberator count's hugely important because you're going to need enough not only to go up against what is already a much larger Stalker count than usual, because this is Blink Stalkers and Disruptors, but with that kind of larger Liberator count, you're going to be able to really zone out Disruptors as well, and allow yourself to kind of make up for the damage you lose from the bio as you have to kite back all the time.
Do you think Optimus is on the nice list and Harstem is on the naughty list? Because Optimus has way more presence on the map.
Oh. Got so much wordplay today.
The Liberator's trying to protect a little bit here, but they're not getting range to shoot anything. And looks like if you use up all the good mojo, the sick splits from last game. Big recall though, because of the drop of the main. Ooh.
Oh, the sentry's gonna hit him with a mine. And the Immortal. Oh my god, the Immortal survives.
Ooh, if that got the Immortal, that would have been really spicy. That would have been really nice. But Optimus isn't going to let up on this. He says, you know what? I've still got the drop hovering here. He can go back in at any point, and so continues the pressure with the Liberators on the other side.
Oh, Disruptor. Oh, now he goes off on his buddies there. And again. Oh my god. Oh,
You know what?
that was not good.
It could also be a Disrupt him. I'm just throwing it out there.
You're really on fire, aren't you?
They don't have actual assigned voices and gender, so it could be either or. You're just assuming a lot, Wardy.
You've taken Optimus's splits and transferred them into a mountain.
Yeah, with my vampire powers, I siphoned it. This is tough though. Harstem's counterattack was supposed to do a lot more, at least draw Optimus's attention away from the front lines, but he couldn't even capitalize on that. Now they start pushing up the ramp, 2 Disruptors pop, and Optimus turns to target, fire them down immediately. No shots get fired. This is looking grim for Harstem.
Oh no, man! Optimus
he does push back.
Yeah, he pushes back on the right side. There's so many fights going on at the same time. Optimus right now is troubled because he hasn't been able to reinforce because of the attacks across the map. Now we see Harstem going in towards Tempest, which is obviously the way in which you're going to deal with a larger Liberator count. Being able to push Liberators back from a distance with those Tempests is going to be really important.
Yeah, actually, it's so much easier to just go blink Stalkers, but Tempests are kind of a necessity with the way Optimus has been fortifying up with Widow Mines underneath the Liberators. I like this move at Harstem. But one thing Optimus didn't do was ever clean up this Warp Prism. He chased it off. And I guess I like that he's left a Liberator at home, but it's not actually going to be in range to assist with much.
You've seen, I guess Soga's even warping in to get rid of that Liberator here. For now, Zant will just attack the refinery. Oh, Liv's trying to go towards the main base because the drop's trying to come on through, but cannons are here, a Stalker as well. And here comes the drop, which will obviously maybe do the most in this, but there isn't even that many medevacs of units, honestly. Let's see the Disruptor gets another connection. These Liberators just have to unsiege and leave, I think. I don't think there's going to be much really achieved there.
Not something you want to do. SCVs do not beat out Zealots. This is not like fighting Zerglings, folks.
Optimus has just got... Now, I like the aggression from Optimus before, but now it's just a little bit too much. Now he's pushing up this ramp with, 2 or 3 Liberators.
GG.
Austin's winning so many of these fights.
Ooh, we getting an ace match, Wardy. We getting an ace match.
Yes, we are. All right.
That's so bright. I can't. I literally can't, guys. It's just too much. But yeah, ace match time. Game 5 to determine who gets eliminated here and now. Quick reminder though, because they've been waiting for so gosh darn long, Bly and Raynor will be playing the next match after this. ZVZ best of 5 for the winner's side of the bracket. But things tied up 2-2. I don't know who to call it for at this point, man. I was I think I look at it like this. I think Harstem is better for the overall tournament in terms of getting him further, but Optimus is our only Terran, so that'd be cool. Have one Terran get through out of 32 players in 2 months.
It's okay. All the NA tones are going to show up and win in the open bracket, right?
Which ones are those again?
Zombie Grub, Maynard. You know, you think you're flying us out of cast, but really, it's we're gonna play. We're gonna be the Terran.
Actually, no, because we know who's Euthermal is going to be competing in the North American qualifier, so we have a small chance that a great Terran may still make it. And some of you are like, whoa, what? Euthermal's European, Rifky, what are you talking about? Euthermal will be flying in from Mexico, so he actually does qualify to compete for the prize money for the North American qualifier. So he'll be playing from Europe, which is not going to make it easy for him, and at a time zone that is super not favorable for him, but he's got a chance.
Yeah, he does indeed. Depends, be interesting to see who signs up. Is Neeb going to play, do you know? Or
I hope he does. So far, it's only Jon Snow and Euthermal, though.
Is that all that's signed up?
Yeah, but we did just post it yesterday.
We know how the
so...
signups go. They don't. They don't get filled quickly.
No, they do not. But while we got all this cool BTSL stuff going on, again, shout out to the golds and below that are playing. But for anyone who missed out today, we're actually next month. Sorry, I'm buying time because we're waiting for Optimus in the lobby. Next month, we do have to move one of the BTSL days on account of the fact that Wardy and everybody's flying in on when we would normally cast it. So we're actually going to be hosting one of the BTSL amateur tournaments during the BTSL finals type thing, day 2.
Oh, really?
So while the round of 8 plays for the BTSL, the amateur tournament will compete. And while we won't cast it, it'll still happen. So we're still committed, guys. I really want to see if we can do this for the full year. It's almost like a challenge at this point. 1 amateur tournament a week, every week for the rest of the year. And if we can pull that off, I'm going to feel mighty good about having paid for so much coaching for so many other people. That hopefully somebody gets good at some point. But the map is backwater and we don't have an intro, so we're just going to hop into the load screen. The boring old load screen.
It sucks, doesn't it?
Could I start today and be amateur in a week? Yeah, Tech Chuo. I mean, the way it works is there's league caps. So diamond and below, gold and below was today, for example. Platinum and below was last week. It rotates around, and we're reforming it to try and find out what formula works best. But any feedback you guys have is always appreciated, of course.
By the way, less than $100 to go on the match arena.
Nice, yeah.
Putting in work.
Thank you guys for clicking those links and retweeting those tweets, following Base Trade and whatnot. We are $99 away from having a second North American qualifier. And for those actually who don't know, the North American qualifier we're going to have right now or coming up in the near future is just standard double elimination. But the second one will be a free-for-all qualifier. And that'll be some hot, messy, fun bullshit. But until then,
we do one free-for-all.
Well, I don't want to give away the format yet, Wardies. We're getting into game number 5. Things are tied up 2-2, and somebody is about to get knocked out of the tournament. The question isn't who moves on, but who doesn't go to Canada. Spawning in the top left, we have the blue Protoss, Harstem.
And to the bottom right-hand side, our red Terran player is Optimus, who's been giving us one hell of a series so far today.
And thank goodness he bought a supply depot, or built a supply depot, because Supply Depots United has come back for a surprise inspection.
Woo!
$20. This is the year of Harstem. Rip Optimus. No, you're supposed to be with the supply depots. What are you doing?
Harstem's a supply depot killer.
He is. It's the worst kind.
Sense. It makes no sense.
He's the kind of supply depot killer to build shield batteries on the corpses of your poor dead supply depots.
Oh my god, you're right. That's disgraceful.
But anyways, go back to the amateur tournament for just a moment here, guys. Honestly, anyone can play. You don't have to be a pro. You don't have to have any tournament experience. You don't even have to know how to sign up. We actually have an admin. His name's Dares. Really friendly guy, bit of a goof. He's there for you. We're literally paying him to help you understand how to play the tournament so you can advance on or fall out and come back next week type thing. So really, if you're confused, if you're feeling a little bit scared because you've never done a tournament, don't be. We're doing this for you.
I played a Silver League tournament once.
Nice. Did it suck losing?
I was.
Nah, I gotta put 100 bits 1 second.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Woo! Go Bully Jar!
Stupid Bully Jar.
Last like all week could be my #1 bit.
last note on this, by the way, guys. We're always going to have this command in chat. ! Noob. N-O-O-B. Anytime, any broadcast, you want to type that in, it'll link into the Team Liquid thread with the updated information about the month of amateur tournaments. Today was literally the last one of the month, so we got to post next month's up. It's not there yet, but come back in today or tomorrow or the day after, and you'll be able to type that command and get all the information for the following amateur tournaments. We'd love to see you there, guys.
Yeah. It'd be awesome. In fact, we have a lot of fun casting amateur tournaments, don't we?
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. It's been goofy and silly. The Diamond League ones have actually been a little more impressive than I thought they would be. And we, of course, had Platinum League heroes with Mangalore. It's already starting the storylines for everybody.
Yeah, it's been really sick as this depth goes down the front, by the way. So, nice reflection of Optimus, but definitely get involved. We enjoy casting the guys that get to the finals, and yeah. I feel very fortunate because I've get fun casting with them, apart from the one day that I got snowed in. So it's been pretty sick.
That's a really good day.
Why? Because I wasn't here. You just already done it in bits too.
Yeah, I'm not speaking some tabbed out typing.
Oh, bully jaw.
I'm up to 800 bits in the bully jar. Oh, god damn it.
Now, I actually feel like that's more than usual as well. Like,
I told you I was doing so good at the start. There was nothing for like the first 2 hours, and I just can't keep it in.
You just can't keep it. That's what she said.
I'm like a pervert at a playground. No, oh shit! Don't say that. No.
Okay, well.
Let's back up. Didn't happen. Didn't say it. Didn't finish the sentence. It doesn't count.
Yes. Sure.
By the way, third Oracle is looming around the corner. Another donation comes in. We'll get to that in a second. Hold on. Wait and see what these first two do. I think it's just Revelations and then walks away. It's a laser SEQ type move. Revelation flies away. Thank you very much. $10 coming from SDU once again. Disregard the previous message. We have a traitor in our midst. Probably the same guy who always lets Zerglings in through the wall. We apologize, Go Optimus. Somebody is actually committing to role-playing supply depots. This is the greatest thing. 5 years doing this. I think we had, actually, you know what? We had another one. Who was it? We had a donation bot. Someone was role-playing the donation bot at some point. I kind of forgot about that. This is good, though. I like this. I love that we have a tray and Miz, probably the one that's the Zerglings in. Yeah, it's that same guy who keeps leaving the depots down. Well, right now, not much depot action in this game, but we do see an Oracle popping in and getting an SCV kill. That's done. Oh, I'm getting a call. One sec. Hello? FBI? I'm from Canada. What are you calling me for? I'm sorry. I can't deal with this right now. Goodbye. That was really weird. Did I forget to mute my mic? Oh shoot. I got the weirdest call just now, Wardy. It was totally real. It was super real. I even held my phone up to my ear even though the camera's not on. I don't know why I did that. It helps you roleplay the being on the phone aspect. Yeah. I could have used my finger for that, I think. But yeah, that too. So Revelation sees the army coming from across the map. Not a problem. The problem is, though, not knowing quite what's inside the medevacs, though. This is a payload of 4 Widow Mines, which, let's be honest, this late in the game is super unexpected. There's a good chance Harstem's actually not prepared to deal with this drop, and this could kill a lot of probes. Yeah. You can see a little bit of a bio push coming in from Optimus towards the upper left-hand side, and well, let's see if Optimus can get some momentum going his way. Of course, this is the ace match, so neither of these players can afford to make a mistake, and Harstem doesn't. He pulls his probes away as required so far. There's still, okay, there's still one of the man in that back. I haven't gone off yet. Meanwhile, he gets a for the front. Yeah, I mean, those were pretty garbage Widow Mines, to be honest, but they were a good distraction, I guess, because Optimus landed a lot through this. But, well, Harstem's down in supply by quite a bit. I don't think Optimus has a killing move with this. No, he really doesn't. I mean, it's just so hard to push into the front. Real Phoenix, though. Real Phoenix BTW.
Oh, what a mind's off cooldown though, and it doesn't
Takes
look
2
like
shots.
Optimus. Oh, the medevac!
Oh,
So clutch.
5 health
Is he
though.
gonna try and drop again? Come on, send it home.
Yeah, he's got some big ass balls with those proxies. I wouldn't be surprised if he gave it another shot. He'll die if he does, of course, so we know this.
Pulling back home right now. Optimus back down towards the bottom right as we see a couple of medevacs lifting up and heading up towards the top side. So he's going to be trying to maybe drops with the first two medevacs, then the Widow Mines come in afterwards.
That could actually work. I like that, actually, if that ends up being the case. But Harstem's been pretty quick to respond to things, and if he looks for even a second, I mean, it just takes one soccer shot to kill this medevac. 3 Widow Mines go down.
Towards here doesn't quite get the Oracle. Actually, lock on might get it. That shot is good. That cyclone from early in the game still finding some value here.
Here we go. Double drops lead the way. Widow Mines 2 out of 3 get out. That's not bad.
Yeah,
gonna go up on the Zealots too.
I like that. In burrows.
I like
not
that
going
umbrella,
off on the yeah, it's perfect, right? Because you don't want it to splash onto your bio units, right? Otherwise, it's a disaster. We'll get a Stalker kill here and a splash as well. I like that as well. I think a Widow Mine for a Stalker is always worthwhile. Good connection. And now Liberator's coming at the front. You know what? There isn't that many Stalkers here.
Yeah, it's still 3 bases to 3 as well. Nice bait on the Stasis trap.
Interference Matrix on both of the Immortals, and suddenly some of these big units are just turfing around.
Oh man, Force Fields catch some of the Marauders, but getting the Immortals was much bigger in my opinion. And Stalkers, if they want to blink under this, are going to have a bad time against the Marauders that are left over. So Harstem's got to be careful what he does here. Blinks away from the engagement. This gives up the pylons, so the shield batteries will start going down next.
Disruptor will be able to get out of the Robo facility though. The Cyclone comes out of stasis, splits. Disruptor shot isn't the best right now. It's not going to shut this down. The Liberators just press on forward. They're sieging up again. Needs the siege though, because otherwise the Stalkers are going to start doing a lot of damage. Probes are pulling in. He needs everything right now to help out. The Liberator.
Oh no!
Still 2 left. There's bio all over the place.
Optimus done too much. He's got away with everything. Harstem's done an 8 army support. That's a GG. Optimus survives.
Oh, Harstem drops out. Wow, I really, truly thought Harstem was going to have this one.
Dude, Harstem for me was like first with maybe second in the group. For him to go out first really surprises me. But at the same time, yo, big kudos to Optimus. I mean, okay, he didn't have the greatest showing against Bly, but hell of a game there versus Harstem. No doubt about it.
Great game, number 5. Great series, by the way. This series was fun. Like, there wasn't 2 games that looked alike. Yeah. Even when we had, like, Proxy Cloak Banshees, the games were so different. They played out so, you know, in so many different ways. I loved it. What a fantastic TvP. Really awesome stuff. Sad to see Harstem go, but Optimus, our last Terran, surviving on to another matchup at least. Exciting times.
Yeah, which means it's a guaranteed TVZ finals. It's just a matter of whether it's a rematch versus Bly or a new match versus Raynor. We'll find that out in a moment, though, because we're going to be going to the winners match next. Best of 5 ZVZ Bly versus Raynor. So stick around, guys. Don't go anywhere. Don't miss out on the action. Check out our sponsor links if you're bored in the meantime, or hop on over to that match arena. In fact, I said I'd show you guys how to do that. Let's do that really quick. Because, again, this is something where this won't cost you anything. There's no scam with this. This is promotional money. So you're like, where's the money coming from? Like, it must be a scam. Am I using the right display capture? No, that's the wrong one. Hello, Photoshop. Hello, Moto. The other one. There we go. So this is Match Arena. We got prize money. We got things set up here. You go to the top right. You hit sign in. Easy. Use your Twitter. Use your Twitch. You probably want to use your Twitter for this, but hey, pick your poison. Scroll down here to the right side, and you'll actually find a bunch of these sponsor links you can click. You can follow BaseTradeTV on Twitter for $1. You can retweet a tweet we made for $2. 50 cents for just visiting the links. I mean, these aren't even malicious links. There's not going to be any like audio prompts or anything. I've already done it, so I can't do it again. Awkward. But these are just the sponsors of the tournament. By clicking these links, you can add money to this prize pool, and we're so close. We're at $20,500, a second North American qualifier hosting. $500 is going to be going towards a player to fly out to the tournament. So this just benefits everybody even more. Not only do you help us out by clicking the links and visiting the sponsors, and hey, that's ROI right there, you're also getting another player who might not otherwise come to the event. Maybe Neeb would come, but only if he didn't have to pay for a plane ticket, you know? So Consider checking it out. You type !BTSL in chat to get a link to the Matcherino page. If you got a few seconds, God knows we'd appreciate it, because there's still over, like, I can see the value of what has been used up and not used up. We still have over $1,000 worth of those promo links to click. So click them up, guys. Click them up. Before we go to a break, though, we did have a donation just come in. $28. Ooh. Ooh. Nukamal 9405 says, there you go. Oh, here you go. Now the week is good. Fuck yeah, dude. Rounds out the donation thing. That's cool to see.
Wow. You guys have been crazy today. The donations are pouring in.
Started off slow, finishing strong. But we're going to go to commercials.
We have 2 best of 5s left.
Yeah. We're only like technically halfway through. Well, 60%. Anyways, it doesn't matter. We'll see you guys for the winner's match, ZVZ, when we get back.